People are highlighting grave injustice done to Iowa as Caitlin Clark was expected to provide aid. Caitlin Clark made another appearance at the Big Ten women's basketball tournament on Thursday, supporting the Iowa women's basketball team she led to 3 straight titles. But while her presence was a reminder of past glory and major inspiration, it was the officiating that stole the spotlight. As Iowa battled Michigan State, controversial calls left fans frustrated, and many wondered why the Hawkeyes took care of business with a 74-61 win, securing their 11th straight conference tournament victory. But the game's defining moment wasn't a clutch 3 or a fast break dunk, it was the technical foul handed to Iowa head coach Jan Jensen. The second quarter saw Iowa rack up 5 fouls, and the whistles kept coming after halftime. Then came the boiling point. Just minutes into the third, Jensen was hit with a tech for protesting yet another call. When asked about her outburst in the post-game press conference, Jensen admitted, "I don't think any coach. I was hot. I don't like to get that hot. I'm working on it." She also stated, "I did thank them in the locker room for making that a win with my first tech and whatnot. I think sometimes if I was going to get one, it's as good a time as any. Just sometimes you see it differently than the refs, and I certainly did." Now, when the Hawkeyes were fighting this uphill battle of dealing with fouls, fans could not help but wonder why Caitlin Clark was not 100% on brand. Last November, during an Iowa-Drake game, cameras were helplessly drawn to how Clark voiced her anger at the officials from her seat. What happened this time? Fans react as Jan Jensen's tech sparks controversy while Caitlin Clark only fires up Iowa from the bench. Jensen's tech came with 7:10 left in the third, following a charge call on Hannah Stilk that left the Iowa bench fuming. With the game already hanging in the balance, the decision felt like a gut punch, and the frustration only grew from there. Caitlin Clark's loyalty runs deep again, just 22 hours after heartwarming moment with boyfriend Connor McCaffrey. One fan summed it up bluntly: terrible officiating. Jan Jensen gets a technical foul. That's pretty unbelievable. Another said, proud of Jan Jensen for getting that tech. For many fans, Jensen's fire was exactly what Iowa needed. With foul calls piling up, the Hawkeyes had to fight for every trip to the line. They capitalized, sinking 16 of 21 free throws, 76.2%, while Michigan State had just 11 attempts. In a game this intense, Jensen's tech wasn't just a reaction, it was a statement. With the Hawkeyes struggling early and Clark leading the charge from the bench in this game, some fans felt the team's former star player should have been more vocal against the officials rather than leaving it all to Jensen. However, seems like Lucy Olson and company actually didn't need it. Olson scored 21 points, 9 assists, and 4 steals to lead Iowa to victory. Hoping Clark's silence was only because she could not draw her eyes away from Olson's trustworthy game, a user said, "Caitlin eyes LOCKDN." Even from the sidelines, Clark's energy was undeniable. The superstar guard, who wasn't playing, was fully engaged, firing up her teammates and feeding the intensity Iowa needed to grind out a win. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what the Hawkeyes needed. Clark's presence has been a good omen for Iowa this season. The last 4 games she attended before Thursday night all ended in wins, including their 76-69 upset over top 5 ranked USC on February 2, the night Iowa retired her No. 22 jersey. She was also courtside for the team's dominant 81-54 win over Wisconsin recently and their 86-73 victory against Drake back in November. The controversial call against Jensen didn't rattle the Hawkeyes. In fact, they responded with poise and big-time plays. Freshman Ava Hayden stepped up in the clutch, scoring all 11 of her points in the second half and delivering exactly when Iowa needed a spark. As Hayden dominated inside, the crowd erupted in "Avier, Avier, Avier" chants, feeding off her flawless 4-for-4 shooting from the field. She also made 3 of 5 free throws, sealing Iowa's momentum and pushing them past Michigan State in a gritty Big Ten tournament battle. And just like that, Iowa had the last word. Despite the officiating drama, the Hawkeyes didn't just survive, they thrived. From Hayden's breakout performance to Clark's animated sideline presence, Iowa turned adversity into fuel. With their confidence soaring and momentum building, the Hawkeyes are proving that no call, good or bad, can slow them down.